What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing out there? Coming at you today from the desert in Arizona. Pretty awesome weather out here, probably in the 60s right now. Dips into the upper 30s, 40s at night, so not too bad. I wanted to do the walk around of my build out for my element that I full time in. So let's get started on that. So you can see I've been doing a few things out this morning, got the bike off, went for a ride earlier, doing some charging up. But this is pretty much what the camp is. The mountains off in the distance. So this is where all the business happens. The toilet and the shower. Basic setup. Everybody's been using something like this forever. I don't keep my toilet in the vehicle, so I like to keep it in the shower tent because I don't really want to smell that. So we'll go back here and I'll show you the bed base. Yes, that's a record player, and I do run it off my solar. So the base of the bed is right there. You can kind of see the mattress. I have a brace up underneath that gives it a little extra support on that side, and in there is just all of my storage stuff, my winter clothes, change of clothes. I carry bike parts in there, some tools in case I have to do any repairs on the road. So let's go over here to the other side and I'll show you how I incorporated my fridge into the base. And that is a 12-volt compressor fridge. It's a Joy Tutus 26 quart, and I've had it for a year, and it's been a great fridge. But that's part of the base of my bed. So when I get in and out of the fridge, I have to lift up my mattress, which isn't a big deal because, as you can see, I'm kind of limited on space in here for having such a big mattress and that sort of thing. So it's really not a big deal. And to run the 12-volt fridge, up on top I have the Renogy compact 100-watt panel. And then I'll take you around back here in the back. And then inside of that battery box is a 75 amp hour battery, and I have the MPPT Victron controller. And I started out before I had the other controller, and I switched over to the MPPT, which really changed the game a little bit on charging when there's clouds up top. It really put a lot more into the battery. So we'll walk around to this other side over here, and this is where I get in and out. And this is the bracket that I was talking about, the brace that holds that part of the mattress up. Those are like cabinet brackets. And so you can see there's not a super lot of room in here. I think there's enough room for me personally, but you know, you're not standing up in here. You can change in here. I change all the time, but you're definitely not standing up. I mean, my head hits the top of the roof here. And so basically back in here is just where I keep my storage stuff. I made these are old vintage, like house vehicle and Arizona mobile home camper tags. I got them off of eBay just to put a little bit of my flair on things. I like vintage stuff and antiques. And I made these little doors, and inside of there I just keep like my coffee and vitamins and some other snack food and a couple cans of soup and stuff in there. And then behind here is like where I keep my cook set. This is a shelf that I built here next to my bed. I didn't have this at first, and I really like the addition of it. It just comes down. And so you can see I just keep stuff in there. Looks kind of messy, but it's organized to me. I know where everything is. And then at night, I'll put my portable DVD player up here and watch some TV. Charge my phone up on there. So on the topic of the battery and the solar panel only having 100 watts with the fridge, I don't use the battery for anything other than every once in a while running my little record player that I carry with me with my records in there. I like vinyl, and when it's not super windy and dusty, I'll break it out and listen to some vinyl out here in the desert. But other than that, that battery just runs the fridge. I have another lithium ion small battery pack that has its own dedicated solar charger that goes with it, and that's what everything else is charged off of. My phone, any other needs that I have as far as usage for electric is all comes off of that battery. 90 sitting there. I took it out for a ride this morning. It was super fun. Nice to get it off the back. I haven't ridden in a little while. I've had a lot of weeks of traveling and stuff, so I haven't really taken it off. You can see Frank, that's Frank's area where he sleeps, and he's just hanging out, chilling. His food, all of his medicine and different things like that are down there on the floorboard, and I have the seat up as far as I can take it so that I have the most room in the back, and he's kind of laying weird. I just put him in there, but he normally just crawls into a little ball and kind of curls up like it was his own little den. I'll get another shot of my setup up there with the solar panel. I have it hard mounted. I did use a foldable solar panel before, and I didn't really like the results of it. It was echo worthy, and not saying anything bad about their brand. It did work pretty good. The cables were kind of pretty crappy on it, so I could have just changed the cables out to use it. I like the suitcase foldable solar panels a little bit better. Renogy's got one. I was thinking about also incorporating that into the setup, but as you can see, I mean, there's a little room to walk in there. My main, I guess what you would call like my living room is like right here where my vestibule that I get into the back, and it's comfortable. I went through, this is my third setup with the mattress, and this mattress is fantastic. I tried some of the thinner like memory foam before to have a little bit more headroom when I'm sitting there, but I opted to have less headroom and did this thicker mattress. Is like, you can see it's pretty thick. If I can find my old order from Amazon, I'll list it in there, but I cut the edge of this off a little bit right here to kind of go into this weird angle that the Element has and kind of tuck it back in that corner. And then I also shaved some off the bottom back here behind the seat. I did cut a little bit because it is longer. You know, that's the kind of thing when you're building something like this in a car or a van, you know, there's nothing gonna fit perfect. So the thing about having a vehicle this size is, you know, you're not gonna have a ton of room in here. You have enough for me, I think so, but I guess it just depends what your expectations are and what you're trying to do. You know, some people have cars. I actually started off in a Scion XD, a small 4-door car at the very beginning when I started full-time a year ago, and it was great. Got, you know, 40-something miles to the gallon, but it was a little bit small, but I still did it. Frank was with me still, and you know, we put a lot of miles on that car, saw a lot of great things together, and it just depends what is in your budget and how you're gonna, you know, what you're planning on doing. If you do a van's gonna have a little bit more room, obviously, than the Element does, you know, but I don't think any of them ideal unless you have like a high roof fan where you can stand up if that's what your need is. Me, it's just a spot for me to sleep. I'm outside all day long, so, you know, the weather here in the desert is really, really nice right now, and when it gets hotter, I go up into the mountains. So you know, it's all just a place to sleep for me, just a place to get off the ground and out of the weather if there's any crappy weather. And it's kind of like my little cave, but I love it. You know, this life isn't all Instagram pictures with doing yoga poses in front of the beach and on a mountain set, you know, on the side of a mountain. It's not all that. So don't don't get fooled into thinking that that's exactly what it is, because it's not. There are some hard times, that's for sure. And you have to, you just kind of got to get through those. If you're a person like me traveling alone, there can be some lonely times, that's for sure. But the good definitely outweighs the bad, so you just kind of work through that stuff. And there's lots of places where you can meet people. This whole desert is full of people, and there's groups on Facebook for meeting up and caravanning and stuff like that. And I've used those before in the past. I'm just currently not traveling with anybody. I'm here right now waiting on a meeting I have next week, so you guys will definitely see what that's about once it comes out. And hopefully you like this video. I've been pretty excited to do the walk around, because people aren't really sure sometimes, how you do things in there, how you get everything to cram in such a little space. And it is crammed, and I carry a lot of stuff that probably most people wouldn't, but it's stuff that I use and that I like, and it's like my little house. And basically I have a small, tiny storage room back in Florida, and everything that's in that car, and that's it. That's all I have. So I live pretty minimalist. Probably, there's definitely some people out there that are more minimalistic than me, but I feel like I live pretty minimalist, that's for sure. So again, hopefully you guys like the video, and keep an eye on the channel. There's going to be some pretty good stuff coming out here soon. And on the topic of motorcycle riding, I had a lot of footage that I was going to post some videos on, and my SD card got corrupted. So what a bummer. I guess I'll just have to go out and do some more awesome motorcycle riding. Until next time, take care. I'm Eric. Frank's in the car, and you're on Breadbox and the Postie, and maybe we'll see some of you down the road. Take care.